What's up? I'm Lex. Welcome to
Yo.
Feedback Audio. This is Feedback Chat,
Yeah.
where we're just going to talk to artists about their gear, their
Facts.
process, their story, all of that. And today we got my man, JAiMS.
Yes, sir.
JAiMS, tell the people about yourself, man.
Yeah, man. So my name is JAiMS. That's JAiMS. Rapper, songwriter. You know, a little bit of a singer, a little dib of dab into singing. You know, a little bit. And yeah, man. I just been in Virginia for the past several years trying to do music, bro. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Working out of the VA in the Fredericksburg area,
for
which
sure.
is awesome. Doing big stuff in Fredericksburg, which is really cool, man.
For sure.
And me and JAiMS been working together in the studio.
Facts.
We just finished up working on a third song,
Yeah,
so it's
man.
been really fun working with you and seeing your artistry, man.
Yeah.
So let's get into it a little bit. I just wanted to know about your process a little bit and like, you know, how do you start? Do you start with, you know, are you just rapping? Are you making beats first? Are you making your own beats? Well, I know you are, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tell the people, you know, all of that. What's your process look like, man?
Valid question, bro. So like when I first started making music, when I was like, I don't know, like 14, 15, I was like in front of my computer desk with a Dell laptop on Audacity, and everything was just sounded horrible. So I would try to find a beat like on YouTube and then rap to that, or I would like really how I started, like I would take like Lil Wayne and Drake songs and then just literally steal their flows and like change the lyrics.
Man.
That's like how I learned how to rap.
Yeah, man.
So now it's more of, it just depends, man, which is like the worst best answer. But sometimes it is, I'll get like these phrases or like these lines that I want to write down, and I like build out like a whole 16 or 32 or whatever, however long the verse is, based on just like what comes to mind. And then I'll make a beat, you know, go through the catalog of beats that I have from other producers and see what fits. Or sometimes it's a sound I hear or a sample, or I'm on Splice and I hear like a crazy like, yo,
Get
I
stuck on something.
Yeah, I get stuck on something and now I gotta make like a whole beat for it and then I rap to that. So it just depends, bro. But you know, it can come from any way. So
yeah, that's awesome, man. We talked about that on What Does It Take? Those horns, man.
Bro.
You know, when y'all hear that song, I'm telling you, it's like
anyone who's a producer who has Splice is gonna hear the horns and be like, I've used those.
Yeah,
like,
that's fire, bro. They're so good though. That's the whole point. They're so good. They're so good.
Man.
So let's talk about why be an artist in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, what led you to wanting to make music?
Yeah.
Why rap? Why hip hop? You know, how did you find your lane
Bro,
as an artist?
That's a great question, man. I think this thing kind of chooses you a little bit.
That.
But man, I was like, I started doing poetry. My mom's a poet, so I did poetry. And then I found like I said, I found Lil Wayne, and I found like Jay-Z, and then Kanye, and then Drake was coming up, and then Kendrick and Cole. And I'm like, yo, these dudes are crazy.
Yeah.
So like, as I started writing, I was also discovering music, you know? So it naturally transformed. I was like, well, these guys are doing it this way, so I want to do it this way too, right? And I just started actually rapping from that point. But yeah, so that's kind of like how I got into it. And I think the reason I decided to stick with it is because there is something, like, you know, not trying to sound corny here, but like magical or spiritual, or like there's something that's felt through creating.
Absolutely.
You know, bro? And
Absolutely.
like when you find, as a producer, when you're like, okay, like it's this bass and this sample that go together, right? That it just does something.
Nothing feels better.
Nothing
than
feels
that,
better when you finally figure, especially when you've been working on something for weeks.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo,
And it
this
clicks, you know?
This is the combination, you know, and then you write
man.
something and then you find the right pocket for it. Like there's something about that process is just beautiful. And I've been able to discover it in other ways, whether I'm like producing for somebody else in terms of like an event or doing creative direction. I still get that itch.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing the music part of it as an artist, it does something different, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the gear that you use, right? So like I said, JAiMS and I have been working together in my studio here in Fredericksburg, which has been super cool. But he's been recording his vocals at home, which is fire. I love when people do that because you can do it really well and get great product like we have over the last couple sessions, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But let's talk to the people. What you got in the room? What are we working with?
Okay, so I have a very simple, get it done setup.
Yes.
But I've been rocking with the Scarlett. Y'all know what's going on.
Yeah, no, we love the Scarlett.
Rocking with the Scarlett. We love the Scarlett,
You gotta
bro.
have the Scarlett,
man. You have to at least start with the Scarlett,
yes,
bro.
if you haven't had the Scarlett, can you even call yourself an artist? Like, it's just part of the package,
it's a rite of passage, bro. So
absolutely.
yeah, you know, of course I got the Scarlett at the crib. I have an Ashton Origin mic. I think it costs like $200.
Yeah, the Origin is great, man.
Solid mic. You feel me? Works well with my voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then, bro, my speakers, like, I don't even know what brand they are. They're like hand-me-down speakers I got in college. A friend of mine who's an artist, shout out to Mo Thorough, he was buying new speakers and was selling his speakers for like $60.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, I gotta get those.
Yeah, I'm on it, bro.
So I got those speakers. I had the same setup since college.
And
bro.
that's all you need, man. You're making crazy music with that setup, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean? And we're making everything sound crispy, which is really cool.
Facts. Now, bro, the way you like transform it is crazy. Like, and then another part of it too, like I have a pop-up desk. That I'll pop up, and I'll literally twist the pop filter onto the desk, and I'll hold the mic in my hand.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Bro, like, whatever makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm going to say this over and over again. If it gets the job done, that's all you need.
Exactly.
People come to me all the time, and they'll be like, oh, man, I need to buy, like, the best mic. What should I buy? And I'm like, bro, just buy something. Learn how it all works, get better, and as you grow and get better, you can upgrade and change or go to a studio or do whatever, but just get it done first because that's going to just like change the game for you. Yeah, because you can get more ideas out on the page, all of that as an artist. You know what I mean?
Another one is I'm sorry, no, the Rode, is it NT1?
NT1A?
Yeah, solid one.
Classic mic, man. A classic mic. You should have it. You know, it should be in the locker. That's a classic. And it's like, I recorded on an NT1A for a long time. I remember when I first got mine, and I had a AT 2020 before that, so Audio Technica 2020. We were that's
classic,
at the bottom of the ladder here, but we're making it work. And then I got the NT1A, and I was like, this is crazy. I remember being like, this thing sounds amazing. Like, what's going on right now? And then like as I've like upgraded mics throughout my journey, I always have that experience where I'm like, dang, I didn't think it could sound like this. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, but no, I remember the NT1A was like a game changing upgrade for me, man.
It feels. Once you upgrade to that mic, like you said, it feels like you just did something.
Yeah, you're like, that was worth the money. You know what I'm saying?
The $200.
Yeah, it's like, that was worth it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
What DAW are you using? DAW?
I use a FL.
FL? All right. Yeah. I know a ton of people that use FL and they love it. I'm still in Logic. That's like my thing. I'm going to stick with Logic. Right. But I feel like I need to get FL just for making beats because it looks like it's so smooth and like...
The reason I started in FL making beats. And I was like, let me just lay my vocal down in here as opposed to like taking it somewhere else.
Exactly.
A friend of mine, I learned a lot of what I know, as basic as it is, the basic knowledge I have from my homie, Blaze. He was the guy I was doing music with in college, and he would record me in FL because that's where he started. So that was like the first thing I even saw myself, and then he upgraded Pro Tools later on, and we got into that. But yeah, man, FL was definitely like inception. I made my first beat in FL. It was a loop for like 3 minutes, but it was fire.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, and yeah, man, like literally just FL definitely is what I started with and what I'm still rocking with because I still go to studios to get the final product.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But you know what? That's great. And that is funny you said it was just a loop. But man, sometimes those beats where you pull together two things and you're like, I'm just let this rock. Yeah, like, this is great, man. Right, like sometimes you got to know when to just like let it go and just be like, that's fire. You know, you don't have to do it anymore.
Sometimes that really works. And at other times you're like, you got a kick that's like 4 to the floor for 4 minutes.
Yeah, you're like, all right, this is a little much.
Yeah, this is like ridiculous.
Just like beating people to death. Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. Thanks for coming and chatting with us and hanging out and all that. Why don't you tell the people where they can find you, bro?
Yes. So, yeah, you can find me at FreeJAiMS, FreeJAiMS on all social media. And then if you want to find me on DSPs, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, it's JAiMS. What'd I say? JAiMS.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate y'all.
And let me just tell you before we leave, JAiMS is an artist through and through. Like, he cares about the craft.
Thank you, bro.
If you're like looking for an artist who is pushing and caring about what they do on a very deep level, JAiMS is your man. The music is fire.
Thank you,
the vision is there, and there's gonna be great content coming.
Yeah, man. Lex is the guy, man. For sure.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, dog.
So thanks for hanging out with us.
Already.
And we'll see y'all later.